Hi Chatboys out there, today in this video I'm just going to be telling you guys about what I got to on my Wednesday. It's the middle of the week guys, so you know what that means. There's only 2 more days until it's the weekend and I'm off for half term. I got ready for work placement and my mum was up, my dad was at work and my older sister was at work. My younger brother and sister were off college today and they had their work as well. And my younger brother had gone off to work and so did my younger sister, and my older brother's in uni. I had some jam toast and a cup of tea and went onto my Facebook to Instagram, and I got my bag and stuff ready for work placement. Then my mum dropped me up to work placement and I got signed and put my bag and stuff away. I then spent the first part of the morning watering the flowers out the front of the store and sorting out the flowers, arranging them and tying them up and making sure they look nice and presentable. Then I was sweeping up and getting some of the dead flower heads off of the flowers. Then it was my lunch time and I went and had my lunch. I had a salad for my lunch, then had some raspberry licorice that was in the staff room and they were very nice, and chatted with my colleagues and just said how I'd been and what I'd been up to on my day. And I texted mum just to say how my day was going so far, and I then went off and did some more flower head picking and put my high vis on. I said to go out in the yard and take some rubbish to the bins. Then I did some sweeping up, and then it was the end of my shift. I went off to my work placement colleague George and just talked to him and said how my day had been so far. I'd gone to get a trolley for a lady who needed one, but unfortunately there weren't any. Offered her a basket, did they do? She didn't want that, so she just went off. And whilst sorting out the flowers, this old lady asked me if I had any of the white flowers, when there were many white flowers, so I wasn't quite sure what she meant. And then she got on a bit of a huff and stormed off, and then asked one of my other colleagues, and she didn't have an idea what she who was going on about either. And I got my bag of stuff ready and held the door for the boss, who had a large trolley full of stuff coming through. So then held the door for him so that I could get through. Then I talked to my colleague in the staff room and just sat and had a bit of a rest. Went to my Twitter, uploaded the photos that I'd taken while on my lunch break of some nature snaps onto my Facebook and Twitter, and then got my bag and stuff, signed out, and my dad picked me up from work and he's off work this afternoon. Got back, got changed and put my bag and stuff away, and my younger sister is home and she's just listening to some music and watching some stuff on Netflix. My younger brother has work and my older sister is at work and older brother is at uni, and my mum and my dad watch some stuff on TV, and I sorted my office up from my being working on the new chapter of my book, and I also tidied my dollhouse up for my Play My Dog Stuff show, and did some scripture storyline writing for that, and some songwriting, and also played on my keyboard a bit. Did some puzzles and some word searches and some colouring pages, some arts and craft and paper dressmaking, and I watched Will and Grace and Supernatural and Riverdale and Shadowhunters, and watched some classic Doctor episodes and some old soap stuff. And I sorted out my memory doll and did some doll photography and watched the Lizzie McGuire movie and That's Raven and some other classic Disney and Nickelodeon and Boomerang and CBC shows, and watched Sarah Jane Adventures, Doctor Who, Torchwood, Supernatural, Merlin, and some other sci-fi and fantasy films and shows. I watched Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, The Labyrinth, and Maze Runner, the second one. And I had a cup of tea and a snack, and I threw the tennis ball for my dog Harvey out in the garden. And while I've been watering the flowers this morning, my shoes aren't very waterproof, unfortunately, so my socks got soaking wet. But they're dried now, but I put them out in the sun so that they can dry a little bit more. And I sorted out my bag and stuff ready for work placement tomorrow, and my lunchbox are ready for me tomorrow. Eating a lot of salads at the moment because I'm trying to get my summer body ready for 2019. I'll soon get that summer body, just keep on working at it, and I've been eating really healthily, not eating much sugary stuff, trying to stay hydrated with lots of water and stuff, and going on lots of walks. So it's been good. And who needs a gym? I can just work in a garden centre. I've apparently lost weight from what my friends and my mum have said, and I have been here, there, and everywhere, running around like I had a chicken at the garden centre doing lots of work. So yeah, it's good. I'm really enjoying it. I like keeping busy. My hair's a bit crazy today. I'm having a bit of a bad hair day. At least I know I'm not getting bothered soon because it just grows like wildfire. One's in the family. Probably going to get that cut next week on half term. And I watched the third Harry Potter film and the second Spider-Man film as the Marvel and DC films and shows, and watched a bit of 13 Reasons Why season 2, and I watched Cinderella, the animated film, and I also watched some old soap stuff like Skins, Waterloo Road, Grange Hill, Degrassi, and some other stuff like that. And watched Emmerdale, Hollyoaks, EastEnders, Coronation Street, Henry and Neighbours, and some other soap stuff. I'd love to start out and create my own TV soap. It'd be such a cool dream and be a dream come true. Or to be in a soap and to have my own dining out and my own fashion line out and book series out. You never knew unless you don't try. And I caught up on Casualty and Hobby and watched some episodes of Shortland Street and watched some Kylie Minogue concerts, Kylie Minogue Sugar Tour, and a documentary about Kylie Minogue, and watch Shania Twain at Las Vegas. I'd love to go see Shania Twain live someday. Hopefully, I will get to in the future. And just a bit of Party Disco and Coldplay and the Script, and a bit of the Beach Boys and a bit of Duran Duran, and listen to a bit of the Spice Girls, love a bit of the Spice Girls, and a bit of Little Mix and Girls Aloud, and a bit of Missy Elliott and Michael Bublé, and a bit of Enya and Meghan Trainor, and two of my favourite YouTubers are following me on Twitter. I was so starstruck I couldn't believe it. At first I thought it was fan sites following me, so I didn't really pay much attention to it until I realised and saw the blue tick. Can't believe they're following little at me. Thank you so much, guys. You're awesome. And I went onto my Facebook Twitter and Instagram, tweeted a bit, posted some Instagram photos, and chatted to my mates on my Facebook group chat that we're on, as we're trying to meet up soon because we haven't been able to meet up because of being so busy with college and work placements and stuff. So we're hopefully going to be meeting up sometime next week in half term, so I cannot wait for that. Hopefully we'll be sorting out and also sorting out on the 20th of June, going for a meal for celebrating my birthday just a few days before that, as a few of them won't be able to see me while it's my birthday and around my birthday. So we're going to be hopefully meeting up then. Will be a few of us, or just might just be me and my best mate, just go to a pub and have a few birthday drinks for a few days before my birthday. I'm not sure what's happening yet because we're all so busy, and we're going to probably discuss it closer to the time. And I watched H2O, Just Like Water, and some other stuff like that on Nickelodeon, and I watched some Scooby-Doo episodes and Tom and Jerry episodes and some other classic kid shows as a cartoon and animated manga and stop motion stuff, and watched Wallace and Gromit to Castle the Were Rabbit and watched Chicken Run. Apparently they're doing a second Chicken Run. I cannot wait for that. I absolutely love Chicken Run. And I went on a walk and took some nature photos, sat under a tree and had my notepad in my bag and just started jotting down some new ideas for my book series and some new songs and doing a bit of sketching. Bumped into my mate walking her dog. Her dog was really funny, it was jumping up at me. Always put your hand out like this before because you never know, they might bite, and that's what you're supposed to do. And he is so lovely, so I was stroking the dog for a bit and he could smell my dog Harvey. And then I made my way back and I'd gone off to One Stop on the way back and got some sweets and a soap magazine. And then I got back, had my sweets, went to my soap magazine and watched today's Henry and Neighbours and some other soap stuff, and watched the Runaways and Humans and some other stuff off record and catch up on BBC Player. And I watched some vlogs, read some blogs, and read some fanfic and watched some fanfics, and I watched some multi-fan stuff, and I tidied the house up a bit, tidied the kitchen up a bit, like Cinderella I am, and I also sorted out my pre-drip dolls ready for me to sort out tomorrow, and did some doll talking stuff, moved some of my dolls and doll stuff around, and sorted the sets and props out, and I filmed and edited my Dog as a show, and put some of the new dolls on display and some of the older dolls in storage. and some of their hairs and outfits out. I watched the German Chronicles animated series, watched Pride and Prejudice and The Bill, and watched Miss Marple, Midsummer Murders, Murder Street, and some other murder mystery stuff, and watched Escape to Country and DOSS and Grand Designs and some other house buying, house makeover, and garden makeover shows, and watched British Bake Off and Cake Boss, and watched Cupcake Wars and some other cooking show stuff, and watched Britain's Got Talent, The Voice, X Factor, Strictly Dancing Nice, and some other competition stuff. And I also watched some episodes of Golden Girls, Big Buffy, How I Met Your Mother, Rules of Engagement, and Birds of a Feather, and Will and Grace, and some other comedy stuff. Laughter is the best medicine, and I listened to a bit of Bruno Mars, a bit of Enya, a bit of Kelly Clarkson, and some opera music. And I also listened to a bit of Paramore and some other music. And I am now off to go sort out my Bluetooth doll and get my other Bluetooth dolls ready for me to sort out later on, and go work on the newest chapter of my book and some new songs, and do a bit more doll photography stuff. I hope you've all had a lovely week so far. Have a lovely day tomorrow, and I shall see you soon. New book coming very soon. Bye.